What's up, retirees and future retirees? I want to talk about how the Trump tariffs are going to cause consumer to go into more debt. I mean, it's basic, right? I'm at Knott's right now, and these kids are running around, so you're gonna hear them in the background. But anyways, back on topic. Now, when you put a tariff on another country, you're actually putting a tariff on the U.S. company that are importing the goods. So guess what? The consumers are gonna be paying the price. Price is only gonna go up from here, so that's the reason why more people are gonna go into debt, because we already have a lot of people who are in debt, and some are being are delinquent in their debt payment. And I'll be honest, I myself is in roughly about $10,000 of debt, only because I mean, I can literally pay it off if I want to, but I am trying to figure out how life would be like if I were in debt when I'm retired, and I have to figure this out with a fixed income. Obviously, I don't have a fixed income right now. So right now I'm just knocking the debt down, $4,000, $3,000 a month. And then I got like property tax and everything like that just pops up out of nowhere. Well, it didn't pop up out of nowhere. I mean, I already know what it's going to be. It's around like $6,000 a year. And then I got like home insurance and car insurance that just pop out. That's like another $3,000 a year. And so I'm paying that in full. I'm putting that on my credit card. And that's the reason why I keep going back into more debt. I'm like knocking it down to 6,000, and then it goes back up to 12,000. I knock it back down to 8,000. I mean, like, the average consumer is going to be in a lot of pain if this whole tariff thing, hopefully, it's just a fluke and it's just bringing other countries to the table to renegotiate trade. But to be honest, like, I doubt it. To be honest, I believe that Donald Trump don't really care about the average person. He works for the corporation, in my opinion. Because when you think about it, America, we have lobbyists that go in to, make things happen. Because the average person is not going to have that much of a voice, even though we have votes and everything. So yeah, in the end, we are living in a capitalistic country. So don't hope that somebody in office is actually looking out for you. Let's just be real. Let's just be real, right? I know that's like very pessimistic of me to think that way, but at the same time, I'm just being honest and realistic with myself as well. So for me personally, I have money saved up for retirement. I have 100K or so in my 403b. I'm starting a Roth 403b, and I'm putting like $2,300 a month in there. So yes, I know I should take that money, pay off my debt, so that way I don't have interest in this and that. But again, I want to go back and understand what it feels like to be in debt. And I didn't mention why I was in debt. It's because I had a water heater that needed replacing. It wasn't broken, but it was like literally like 20 years old. And I wasn't going to have something just bust in the middle of nowhere and I have to take off work to get it done. So I got it fixed over the summer, went into a little bit of debt, roughly $7,000 or $8,000 or so. And then the debt kept like racking up because I don't get paid over the summer as a teacher. So I was like, okay, let me just learn how to manage this, because I want to simulate what it's like when I'm having to deal with debt, if I ever have to go into debt for when I'm retired. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm in debt. And that's the reason why I think that the tariffs, if this goes through, consumers are going to feel a lot of pain for a long time. You might not feel it right now, but if this debt war goes like, hey, I'm Donald Trump, I'm going to put a tariff on Canada, and I'm going to put a tariff on Mexico, and the Chinese, y'all are going to be put a tariff on too. But at the end of the day, who's going to lose? The consumers on both, all the countries actually, to be honest, because they're slapping tariffs back on American goods. So the losers are the consumers who are going to be continually being enslaved to work to pay off debt. Because I've had this conversation with one of my students, former students, and he wanted to buy a house, and I asked him, hey, do you have a consistent income where you're willing to be enslaved to work to pay off your house or pay for your shelter, right? You got property tax on top of that, you got utility on top of that, you got all these extra random expenses that pop up, right, for a house. Are you willing to do that? Sure enough, he didn't buy a house. Okay. And this was during the good time to buy, which was around like 2022, supposedly a good time to buy. But yeah, think about it, everybody. Who's really losing? Consumers. So yeah, I know I've taken kind of a stance on. I'm actually not Democratic or Republican in my opinion, because I shift. I'm more of an independent because I like to hear both sides of things and I want to make my own decisions to see who actually has the better idea of how to approach a problem, right? How do you solve a problem? There's multiple ways to solve a problem. It's just a more efficient and a better way to solve a problem. And to be honest, I don't feel like this is a efficient way or a more effective way to deal with our problems. So going back to this tariff, there's bad and good in both, but I think it's going to be more bad than it is good if this thing really pushed through and there's a tariff war going on with the neighboring countries and countries abroad. So the EU, y'all next. So be careful with buying goods that are American because they're going to be... Look, if Trump put a tariff on EU is going to be putting a tariff back on U.S. goods. So just to reiterate for like the 90th time, who's going to lose? We are, the consumers. Oh my goodness. I just can't get over that. But I will talk about stocks and investment for a little bit here. Now think of it this way. If Trump put tariffs on supposedly other countries to pay, actually American companies are actually paying the tariffs that are importing goods from other countries. So what's going to happen here is I think earnings calls is going to be down for a little bit. So what do I recommend? Not financial advice though, but for me, if I see the dip, I'm buying. Why? Because I need to buy more dividend stocks for my portfolio because I plan on living off of dividends. If you watch my other video from my strategy for 2025 going into my retirement, I'm planning to retire at 55. I'm 43 right now, and in 11 and a half years, I'm going to be living off of dividends, my 403b, my Roth 403b, my pension, my there's a bunch of different accounts that I have for different purposes. So I do have taxable accounts and I have tax-free accounts and a life insurance on top of that, just because, you got to play it safe, right? You got to have taxable and no tax account. So that way we can play the tax game during retirement because taxes is one of the things that's going to cost people most. But right now, the thing that's going to cost people most is tariffs, you know what I mean? So just be careful on what you spend. And my advice is to, if you have money, buy the dip. Not financial advice, just something I'm going to do personally. And at the same time, I hope everybody the best out there, and I'm not pessimistic. I am very optimistic about everything except for this new tariff war that's going on, because I don't want people to be in pain. Financially, I'm okay, but I know that I have friends and family out there who are going to be suffering if there is going to be like mad price increases with inflation plus tariffs plus this plus that. So I really feel for the folks out there, and I want you to be realistic with yourself. Do you want to buy that thing that you want, not things that you need? So my main advice if you get anything out of this video is to not buy stuff. Buy what you need, okay? Buy what you need only. Buy the necessities, not the accessories. Meaning, again, buy what you need, all right? I guess I'm letting this off my chest, because I just want everybody to do well, but it doesn't seem like this tariff thing is going to help everybody do well. I hope I'm wrong, but I just want you to take a realistic approach to these decisions that are being made by our highest officials. And I don't know if that's the best decision. And I just hope for the best, to be honest. I just hope for the best. All right? Okay, I just needed to let that off my chest. Thank you for listening to me rant a little bit here, because I am really concerned for the country that my people, my American people, you are going to be in major pain when this tariff thing actually just takes off and everyone's just putting tariffs on everybody. Just be ready to save when you can, and don't spend your money on stuff. Spend money on things you actually need. Like for me right now, I know that I eat a lot of food because your boy's a big back. I just learned that from my high school students, by the way. And so what did I do? I invested in around $1,000 to get Knott's tickets and everything, like free pass, not free, but yearly pass plus food pass plus drink pass, and I can just come to Knott's and eat. So, and I'm gonna do a video on this and how much money I actually saved last year just having Knott's a pass for 6 months. And just a spoiler alert, I've literally saved nearly between $2,000 something to about $6,000 something if I ate at Knott's for the 111 days that I came here in 2024. In 2025, I've invested again in Knott's, and I know that I'm going to save a whole lot of money on food, and I can take that money that I save and put it towards my retirement instead. And I still go out to eat, but not as much as I used to, and I'm trying to spend more wisely, and I hope you do the same. And I guess that's the reason why I made this video. It took me a while to get to that point and kind of roundabout way, but that's what I want you to know and understand. Spend money on stuff that you actually need. For me, it's food. Shelter, I can't say much about shelter because everyone's required to pay for that, right? And your utilities and all that. So, all right. Thank you for listening again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and all that. And I'll see you again in the next video. You know how we say goodbye? Rock, paper, peace. Let's hang out again in the next video where hopefully I'm giving you some ideas on how you can save for retirement. And that guy's like blasting music on the side over there, bro. Look at that. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening.